So for my pre-assessment, I made sure I asked 4 questions, okay? And so my 4 questions was, how do main events help you find what the story is about? What do you know about plot elements with main events? Write a paragraph that includes 3 main events of the passage given, and what is the definition of main events. And so these were incorporated from the knowledge and skill that I was teaching, which was students will be able to know the plot elements with main events. Okay. And so from the data that I got from the questions that I gave them, that I assessed, was I had 20% of my class master the knowledge and skills. And so that 20% consisted of 4 out of 20 students. And they were able to answer all 4 questions correctly. I mostly mastered the knowledge and skills, which these students were able to answer 3 questions correctly, and they have like an overall representation of what the meaning is and how it is used. And so this was 40% of the class. This was 8 out of 20. Okay, so it is a majority of the students, but most of them, I think I have, not most of them, but a good chunk portion, I think 1/4 of my students, 25%, were in that level of somewhat mastered. So they were able to correctly answer 2 questions, but they still struggle to understand the meaning and how to use main events. Okay. And so I have 15%, which is 3 out of 20 students that did not master the knowledge and skills. And so some of them were only able to answer 1 or less than out of all the questions that were given. And so this means that they still struggle or barely to none understand the meaning and how to use main events in a passage. So I did notice from my pre-assessment to my post-assessment that students improved significantly, because I did have a lot of students that were barely answering the question correctly, and I had many that did not know how to answer the question beforehand in my pre-assessment. So this gives me a better understanding that they do understand what elements with main events is. But in the entire class, half of them were able to achieve it, and they were able to at least answer 2 questions. But then at the same time, that you also are able to see the students that they need to be targeted, and they need to be targeted in instruction that is specified to what they need to do. And so more than anything, these are the students who are in the somewhat and did not master the knowledge skills area, which were the bottom 2 sections. And so more than likely, they need more of that guided practice apart from the instruction. So you can see them in RTI in tier 2, and you will able to see them in tier 3, depending on what level they are, because tier 2 is instruction and also guided practice done in class. But I know that there are some students, especially those that did not were able to master it, that need that tier 3 instruction from the specialist. And so overall, this just gave me a better understanding and seeing the difference from the pre-assessment to the post-assessment and what I need to do. Okay.